Welcome to another installment of 5-Minute Tones. We are on the full release of Firmware 28 for the Axe 3, which completely overhauls and updates the compressor block. It adds a bunch of new features to the phaser and tremolo block. There's a general amp modeling update, and there is a new model, the Brit 800 Studio 20, based on the Marshall SC20H, basically a baby JCM 800, and that's what we're going to focus on today. If you want to learn more about the compressors and hear a bunch of sound examples, I will link a video that I did a few days ago at the end of this video. But for now, I've got my Chilia Bell Aurora plugged straight into the Axe 3, Brit 800 Studio 20 at the stock settings, my free IR, and a bit of gold plate reverb. Let's start on the bridge humbucker, then we'll go to the next single coil. That's already pretty great. I love the way that sounds at the stock settings. My go-to on a JCM 800 style amp is I just kind of turn the bass, middle, treble, and gain to around 7 on there. So that's what I'm going to do over here on channel B. I've got the presence and the master turned down a little bit. I'm compensating for the lower master volume by turning the level up. Basically on these amps, as you turn the master up, the overall tone is going to get a little smoother, sort of until you hit the critical part of the volume control where the amp gets super saturated and you go into power amp distortion. With the JCM 800, I actually like the master a little lower. So let's hear stock settings, and then let's hear where I've dialed it in on channel B. Pretty slamming rock rhythm tone. I'm really happy with that. One tweak that I like doing with the 100 watt JCM 800 model in here, the Brit 800 2203 high, is to go to the ideal page and turn the depth control up a little bit. A stock JCM 800 or a stock SC20 will not have the depth control in there, but we can access it with the Axe effects. It's one of the great things about having all of these parameters exposed. I'm also going to kick on a CC boost in there. So let's do this. Channel B does not have the depth control in there. I'm just going to keep playing exactly the same settings on channel C, but the depth is turned up. Then I'm going to hit the preamp boost. Just like you would with a real JCM 800, hitting it with a boost just really brings it to life and sends it over the top. Leave the boost off for your rock rhythm tone, kick it in for your lead tone on there. You could add a little bit of a stereo delay. These are some settings that are inspired by the old Rockman stereo echo on here, where the Base time is 500 milliseconds on the stereo BBD, but then you set the left-right time ratio to 60%. So it's a 300 and a 500 millisecond delay on there. This one sounds fantastic. I would encourage you to compare it to the existing Marshall models and Marshall style models in there. Check out the Friedmans because they have been reworked and remastered in there as well. Fantastic sounding amps. There's so many great ways to get glorious gain tones in here, isn't there? Let me know what you want me to check out on future installments of 5-Minute Tones. tones, I'll play you out with this boosted Brit 800 Studio 20, a bit of stereo BBD delay, and then we'll chuck it all over a little jam track from my Patreon. If you like these kind of videos or you want to check out some music that I make with my band Ragdoll, that's all linked in the video description. Otherwise, go and make some greasy guitar noises with Firmware 28.